Good day. Thank you for joining us on Nationwide, reaching you live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Ruth Aguele. We'll begin with judiciary. The All Nigeria Judges Conference, now underway in Abuja, has been tasked to consider the creation of an efficient structure for the proposed Special Crimes Court as a deliberate attempt at removing administrative bottlenecks in the judicial process. President Muhammadu Buhari, who made the request while declaring the conference open, said alternatively some of the existing courts should be urgently designated as special courts with competent and credible judicial officers to handle corruption cases. We'll definitely bring you details in the course of the bulletin. And report just reaching us says the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted bail in the sum of 1 billion naira to the former chairman of the Pension Reform Tax Team, Abdurrashid Maina, with two sureties. The presiding judge, Justice Okon Agbang, said the two sureties must be serving senators. Details in our subsequent bulletin. Now let's talk on other issues. President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the APC governors to join hands with his administration. The president, who was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bas Mustafa, at the Third Progressive Governors Forum on Policy and Policy Synergy in Jos, listed the achievements of the Buhari's administration, especially on the economy and social investment program of the federal government, meant to alleviate poverty and boost the standard of living of Nigerians. He commended the APC governors for their commitment and asked them to intensify the fight against corruption and focus on job creation. APC Chairman Adams Oshomole advised the governors to pay the minimum wage and consequential adjustments. Issues of security, revenue, basic education and health dominated discussions. And to legislative affairs now. The National Assembly delegation to the 42nd African Parliamentary Union has arrived Djibouti, East Africa for the conference. The Nigerian team, led by the Chief Whip of the Senate, Orji Uzo Kalu, will be participating in the four-day conference, which will be deliberating on various areas of strategic importance to the African continent, such as maternal, infant mortality and youth empowerment.
Thank the Senate President and the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives for sending this powerful delegation. And it's going to be interesting for me to be able to put Nigerian position very briefly. President Buhari have asked us to go across the globe to make more friends for Nigerians and be able to set business that are not oil. And we will calling our businessmen to be able to support. For me, everything we are doing is economic diplomacy. Diplomacy must be economic.
Senator Orji Uzo Kalu there, speaking on behalf of the National Assembly delegation to the 42nd African Parliamentary Union. And in other news, guests on Good Morning Nigeria have suggested the concessioning of refineries for Nigeria to address domestic supply deficiency in the oil and gas value chain. The guests also blamed the underperformance of the refineries on undue interference in their governance structure by quacks who compromise periodic turnaround maintenance. Lydia Sampson reports.
7 sub 5 of the NNPC Act, they carry their budget to Council of Ministers, not to the National Assembly.
No, but you made the law. right?
Discussions on Nigerian refineries usually elicit heated debates. This is not unconnected with the people's frustration that Nigeria, as a major oil-producing country, is not optimally maximizing the benefits of a hydrocarbon resource. For the guest, Nigeria's resolve to double oil production and triple its refining capacity has been an illusion over the years, despite previous pledges that turned out to be too ambitious.
As far as I'm concerned, those refineries are gone. They are gone. It's too late to start talking about turnaround maintenance right now because we are making losses. So what we expect is for NNPC to tell us how much we are losing on those refineries.
For me, the issue here is, yes, the refineries are there. They have issues, just like any other industrial complex or any other national endeavor. These refineries are the best option Nigeria has today, and they can be repaired.
The guests argued that Nigeria has not met a single production target for at least a decade now, blaming the trend on poor performance of the refineries, security concerns, and pipeline vandalism.
I will not support a situation where already scarce public resources, not even naira, in dollars and pounds and whatever, is further invested into assets that are sinking, like our refineries.
I think what we can do, because you talked about consortium, PPP, public-private partnerships, to be in charge of the turnaround maintenance. So perhaps that might actually reduce those interferences he touched on.
They stressed the need to explore alternatives to privatizing the refineries, as well as legislations to coordinate operations for optimum performance. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
And let's take you back to the report we called earlier on All Nigeria Judges Conference that is underway in Abuja. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo will give us all the details.
With the theme, Sustaining Democracy Through Effective and Efficient Administration of Justice, the conference offers a platform for judges across Nigeria to strategize on the means of adopting global best practices towards meeting critical challenges in a dispensation of justice to all. President Muhammadu Buhari said given the nation's common resolve towards building a just Nigeria under the rule of law, social justice, and accountable leadership, the three arms of government must not only work together, but also strive to retain public trust and confidence.
I must therefore express my hope that this conference will achieve its objective of articulating interventions by which this administration strives to improve transparency, security, and the expeditious education of commercial, corruption-related crimes, including economic and financial crimes matters, could be enhanced.
The president said although the federal government has made giant strides in the fight against corruption and insecurity towards attracting foreign investment, delay in justice delivery as well as volume of cases on the dockets of courts leave much to be desired. On his part, he explained his administration has ensured enhanced budgetary allocation to the judiciary and supported the desired increase in the number of judges as part of his commitment to the justice sector reforms.
It is time for the judiciary to adopt modern case management systems, initiate a more expeditious case tracking and disposal systems, and provide road mechanisms for judges who maintain highest levels of integrity and efficiency.
President Buhari used the opportunity to reaffirm the unshakable resolve of his administration towards strengthening the nation's democracy by honoring the dictates of separation of powers amongst the three arms of government.
I am proud to observe that the judiciary, both before and after elections, has improved in its ability to conclude election matters in a timely manner. There is still room for improvement, and I urge the Chief Justice to initiate a study to understand the challenges of adjudicating election matters and to advise me on the steps that the executive can take to address those challenges.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, appreciated what he called President Buhari's noble crusade against corruption and his determined efforts at promoting transparency and good governance in the nation's body polity, expressing optimism that such efforts will be crowned with success.
Permit me to assure His Excellency that you have the continued cooperation of the judiciary in achieving mutually beneficial objectives of strengthening the rule of law in the overall interest of the country.
Judicial integrity and rule of law are the underlying principle of justice and the bedrock of democracy.
Organized by the National Judicial Institute, the All Nigeria Judges Conference is designed to constantly remind judicial officers of their crucial role in the society and the need to balance conflicting interests towards ensuring a stable polity. In Abuja, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And still staying with the judiciary, as part of the self-assessment mechanism built into the Nigerian judiciary, judges in the nation's superior courts have called for a greater focus on the performance on the third arm of government. This is part of the position taken at the commencement of the 2019 BNL All Nigeria Judges Conference. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewo reports.
In the last 30 years since the biannual Judges Conference started, judges of the superior courts of the land have used the forum as a platform to assess the performance of the judiciary. But equally important is always the participation of other arms of the government, that is, the executive and the legislature, in the conference.
It's an opportunity for them to come and do peer review and then share ideas and then equally share suggestions on the way to reposition the judiciary.
But how has the judicial officers themselves used the platform to improve their performance?
It's a forum to assess the performance of judicial officers of courts of record in Nigeria.
So it's a very important platform, and you can see the type of topics that have been arranged for discussion.
It is indeed very, very useful for most of us that come here.
It's a period for judges, all judges in Nigeria to have a reflection.
Although the judiciary is created by the Constitution to be independent, both in mind and its accounting system, conferences such as this helps it to find out if it has created enough synergy in doing that and whether it has such a working cooperation with other arms of government. From the National Judicial Institute, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
Thanks, Femi. And to matters on amnesty now. The federal government has been assured of lasting peace in the Niger Delta as traditional rulers and leaders acknowledge the sincerity of President Muhammadu Buhari in developing the region. Now, this was at the function in Okirika in Rivers State when the coordinator of the Presidential Amnesty Program, Professor Charles Dokubo, interacted with youths and traditional leaders, highlighting the benefits of durable peace in the region. Professor Charles, who is currently holding discussions with youths and chiefs in the Niger Delta states, commended the former agitators of sustaining peace as part of the benefits of the calm nature of the region.
Those from Niger Delta have been one of the most stable and then listening group that I have under my control. And I strongly believe that because they feel the pulse of the federal government, the outstretched hand of the federal government is always reaching them. So if you keep your promises, which Buhari has done, there will be peace in this Niger Delta. We'll look for employment, job creation, self-employment, self-actualization, and the esteem of the human being in the Niger Delta.
As the holders of the traditions and cultures of our people, and continued unity amongst you will foster unity among the political leaders of our state.
The interactive meeting is still ongoing. Now let's look at social investment. The European Union and Oxfam are funding a social investment project in northern Nigeria. The project targets improvement in food security and resilience of vulnerable persons. Musa Baba Aliyu visited some benefiting communities of the EU project to ascertain the impact.
This group of farmers are beneficiaries of EU Oxfam Agriculture Extension Program. They harvest more than 10 bags of 70 kilograms of maize against the 4 to 5 bags they get annually.
They are not doing spacing, and they don't maybe apply fertilizer 2 times in a plot.
Hali Aliyu is a sorghum farmer in Wasagu. He was supported with fertilizer and extension service to expand his farm.
For the last 3 years, I'm harvesting this for not up north to 12 sacks or 10. But now, for last year, I harvest more than 20.
The women in Jega, Benin Kabi and Wasagu were grouped into associations, which they were trained in financial literacy, nutritional program and marketing. 70-year-old Saida Todamu is a member of one of the associations in Wasagu. A widow with no child or grandchild says the EU project has been a great helping hand.
I saved
13,000 naira last year, and this year I'm hoping to start rearing goats, she says. Also incorporated in the project, planting to protect farming areas against desert encroachment.
We planted over 600 trees in Government Girls Secondary School, Wasagu, in order to fight against this climate change.
5,000 trees have been planted in 3 local government areas of Kebbi State. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And it's time we go on a short break. We'll be back shortly, so stay tuned.
It's countdown to the 2019 Christmas celebration.
Radio Nigeria, NTA and Voice of Nigeria poised to set the tune for the season of joy with its annual festival of 9 lessons and carols.
Theme, Jesus in the midst of the storm.
Featuring Professor Lance Ekweme Chorale, Lagos.
Classical operatic soprano by Abiodun Koya.
Instrumentals and special appearances.
Save the date. It's Sunday, 1st December 2019 at the National Christian Center, Abuja, 3 p.m. prompt.
It promises to be soul-lifting and entertaining as we showcase scintillating music from different parts of the country.
Guest speaker, Dr. Paul Enenche, Senior Pastor, Dynamis International Gospel Center.
Lessons will be read by notable Nigerians, including the special guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, SAN GCON. Keep a date with Radio Nigeria, NTA and Voice of Nigeria, 1st December 2019, 3 p.m. at the National Christian Center, Abuja. Save the dates.
We wanna wish you
character that I played, he's been battle scarred, so that he had dropped that side of his life.
I have to give a shout out to Uzi Kwendu. He came in and choreographed that fight scene with RMD and the 6 guys in the bar.
So I had boxing lessons, I had some kick lessons.
In preparation for the movie, I had to go to drifting school for about 6 months to learn how to drift.
Everything was well done, but they had to go that extra mile to make things as authentic as possible.
When you have like props that are real, it kind of brings something extra to the acting. So when the gun shot went off, like even us, the crew, we shook.
They swore an oath to serve our fatherland and defend the people that traded their freedom, comfortable homes, and mortgaged their lives on the battleground for our unity and peaceful living. These are the great, fearless, loyal, and committed Nigerian armed forces who risked their lives courageously to safeguard our borders. But in the line of duty, many never returned. Nigerians, arise, let's celebrate our fallen heroes. Put on the remembrance emblem with pride to support the incapacitated and families of our fallen heroes.
It is indeed befitting to honor the memory of the gallant authors and men who paid the supreme sacrifice to keep the country united.
President Muhammadu Buhari enjoins all ministries, parastatals, religious and corporate bodies to donate generously to the Emblem Appeal Launch. Send your donations to these accounts. Account name, Emblem Appeal Launch. Account number 393-200-7526. EcoBank Nigeria PLC.
My name is Balaunti. I'm the Managing Director of Petroleum Product Marketing Company, a subsidiary of NNPC. There are significant price discrepancy between Nigeria and its neighbors across Africa. There's a discrepancy of between 150 to 250 naira. That creates an incentive for arbitrage, whereby smuggling triumphed by taking petroleum products across the neighbors.
Thanks for staying tuned. Let's head to Lagos right away to join Michael to bring us more reports from that end. Hello, Michael. Good to see you.
Hello, Ruth, and good to see you. Welcome to Lagos. Traders affected by the recent fire incident at the Balogun Market in Lagos have called on the state government to please do all in its power to fulfill its promises of compensating those affected by the inferno. Anna Danos was at the market and now reports.
Is a section of the Balogun Market that was gutted by fire about 3 weeks ago. On hearing about the incident, Lagos State Governor, alongside other relevant agencies, swung into action. They came here and promised to look into the immediate and remote causes of the fire incident. The governor also promised to compensate those who were affected by the fire outbreak. However, coming here today, we are told by traders that they are yet to hear from the governor.
Instead of inside the shop, we under some struggle how we can maintain our family and eat.
Some traders affected by the Balogun fire outbreak. Their grievance is further heightened by activities of touts and market authorities, who they say make them part with some amounts of money daily, even under the scorching sun.
We pay for where we are staying now. And CBD is disturbing us again. CBD Center Business Distribution that disturbed is just similar to Kai.
Most of us had up to 2 shops in the building. Look at us now, selling under the sun.
New customer.
We no longer have customers as when we were upstairs. If the government can return the shops to us, we will be happy with it.
As it is now, the earnest desire of these traders is to get back their shops, especially as the Christmas season approaches. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Muslim faithful have been advised to shun the evils of corruption and its vices and emulate the life and teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Sheikh Rabiu Abdul Malik, founder of Luftulahi International, gave the admonition at the 2019 Maulud celebration in Lagos. Our Yusuf Jibo has the details.
The Mauludin Nabi is an annual event observed by Muslims the world over to celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad. This gathering of Muslim Ummah by the Lutfullahi International Foundation for a 2-day special prayer session is in tune with the observance.
All our branches all over the world assemble here to celebrate that big individual, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, his birthday. And
to do good, to do what Allah has enjoined us to do, and you will be rewarded accordingly.
Lutfullahi International is a religious association open to all Muslims with the aim of inspiring spiritual enlightenment and upliftment. In Lagos, Awal Yusuf Jibo, NTA News.
Nigeria superstars win big at the just concluded 2019 All-African Music Awards ceremony in Lagos. Imolia Tokede reports that legendary awards were given to some artists who have impacted the world positively using their craft in the music industry.
The 6th edition of the All-Africa Music Awards ceremony recorded huge success, with winners emerging from 10 regional and 26 continental categories. Afropop singer Burna Boy emerged as the best male artist in Western Africa and the Artist of the Year in Africa. Wizkid's song, Fever, featuring Till Savage, won the Song of the Year, while Joe Boy clinched the award for Best African Duo or Group in African Pop.
I'm beginning to fall in love.
There were more wins for Nigerians, as Tiwa Savage won the Best Female Artist in Western Africa. Kelpie Vibes backed the Producer of the Year award, while DJ Spinal was awarded the African DJ of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Nigerian Afropop idol Tubaba won the award for Best Artist in African Contemporary with a special recognition award, which he won with Congolese music veteran Awilo Logomba. artists from other parts of Africa clinched prizes for Best Artist in African Reggae, Best Rapper, Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, amongst others.
Thank you, Afrima, for playing your role in the explosion, development, and success of first our Afrobeat and African music in general.
In Lagos, Imoliayo Tokide, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Lagos. The news continues with Ruth in Abuja.
Thanks, Michael. All right, let's move on with security matters. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has identified actionable intelligence gathering and analysis as effective tools for targeted air operations by the Nigerian Air Force and other security formations. He stated this in his address presented by the Director of Air Intelligence, Air Commodore Raymond Uwonkwo, at the combined graduation ceremony of Intelligence Air Force personnel at the Nigerian Air Force School of Air Intelligence. Makurdi Charles Abba will tell us more.
The current internal security situation in Nigeria has led to an increased demand for acquisition of all-round intelligence gathering mechanisms by the armed forces, especially the Nigerian Air Force. The Nigerian Air Force School of Air Intelligence, which was established to achieve and advance this purpose, has continued to train the personnel of the force to best tackle emerging security upheavals. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, represented by the Director, Air Intelligence, Air Commodore Raymond Uwonkwo, while addressing the 111 graduates of the combined courses of Basic Intelligence and Management, Advanced Intelligence, Intermediate and Basic Intelligence, emphasized actionable intelligence aimed at raiding and capturing specific insurgents.
The current challenge that we have, asymmetric threats, is intelligence-driven. These are people that are very hardened. They have made up their mind to die. And they want to carry as many people as possible as they are going down. The only way you can defeat them is for you to be well-trained.
Commandant of NAVCENT, Air Commodore Samuel Chinda, who appreciated the tremendous support of the Chief of the Air Staff to the school, said the training has equipped the graduating students with capacity for better techniques to carry out battlefield surveillance.
The course is also meant to sharpen their skills in the areas of briefing, service writing, minute writing, and management of intelligence resources and assets at their disposal.
Academic Excellence Awards were presented to the graduating students that distinguished themselves in the 4 different courses, while Flight Lieutenant I. Issa stood tallest among the awardees. Flight Lieutenant E.A. Olowu expressed the gratitude of the students with a pledge to be committed to duty. The courses lasted between 12 and 16 weeks, respectively. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has distributed relief materials for onward distribution to victims of the fire disaster in Yobe Potash Market to cushion the effects of the disaster. The Director General of the agency, Mustafa Mehadja, who led NEMA's delegation to the scene of the incident, expressed shock over the level of devastation. Let's hear from Ilyasu Ali Yakubu.
This is the 3rd time the people of Zangwan Kamwa Potash Market in Gashua town of Bali local government area of Yobe State are facing fire disaster in 2019. More than 3 million naira worth of potash are said to have been destroyed, and 103 shop owners were affected in the latest disaster. Director General of NEMA Mustafa Mehadja said the immediate deployment of building materials is to immediately ensure the reconstruction of the market before other assistance to give them a sense of belonging. He said NEMA is working on modalities on proactiveness rather than reactive.
This is market. People have lost their businesses. So what we need to do to uplift their businesses will come later. Steps are being taken at all times, and a reduction in the consequences of disaster or even occurrence of disaster is assured.
The victims commended both NEMA and the state government for the quick response and appeal for more assistance to get back on their feet.
We appreciate the government for this gesture.
We thank God for this assistance.
At the end of the inspection by both NEMA and SEMA delegations, Mustafa Mehadja constituted a committee to recommend a lasting solution to the perennial fire disaster in the area. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
Let's now go to Enugu to join Mina for more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Mina.
Ruth, good afternoon and welcome to Enugu. Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Uchechukwu Oga, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to exposing youth in meteorological training institutes across the country to international best practices in steel and allied industries development. The minister gave the assurance during a one-day official visit to the institute in Onitsha, Anambra State. Dora Enwe has details.
The Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development, on arrival at the Meteorological Training Institute, Onitsha, went round the various departments to ascertain how functional the facilities are and further identify the challenges militating against smooth running of the institution. Addressing the management and staff of the school shortly after the tour, the minister expressed satisfactions with the maintenance of the facilities in the school. He encouraged them to be more committed in the discharge of their duties.
Everybody, every institution, every parastatal should look inward to see how do we grow the competencies, how do we increase the revenue generation of this parastatal.
Dr. Oga further assured government's commitment in beefing up facilities and structures in the school to impart skills and efficient services. The acting director of the school commended the federal government in ensuring quality training of students from Onitsha. Dora Enwe, NTA News.
Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has disbursed over 100 million naira to the victims of a Chanja market fire disaster in Onitsha. Uchenna Nwokeyo has the details.
Out of the 763 victims of the incident, next of kin of the 6 dead victims were given 1 million naira each. 2 out of the 10 injured victims who broke their 2 legs were given 500,000 naira each, while others who lost their ways to the inferno were given 100,000 naira each. Governor Obiano said the money is to support them in a little way and not to completely pay for their losses. He appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to also support the traders.
The 6 people that died, we provided the casket and we gave the next of kin 1 million. And for the other people of gross injuries, we are treating them and we are giving them 500,000, 10 of them. These people are not only from Anambra, they are from sister states here, and we are not discriminating. So long as you're in that market and you have your wares burnt, you are included. And we pray that this thing should not happen again.
Our good Lord will help our governor to eat more and more in Jesus' name.
It could be recalled that a tanker laden with automotive gas oil on the 16th of October fell at Opiweka and caught fire that destroyed lives and property, especially at Ochanja Market. From Oka, Uchenna Nwokeyo, NT News.
Experts in the environmental sector have advocated bush clearing and proper use of electrical gadgets as sure ways to avert fire outbreak during dry season. Kelechi Ochiara seeks opinion of some experts in preventing fire incidents, especially as Hamilton approaches.
Sun season usually sets in every year in the month of November in these parts of the country. It comes with dry and dusty wind that blows across West Africa from the Sahara Desert. With this incessant outbreak of fire in Hamilton period, some experts advise Nigerians to take precautionary measures against the effects of Hamilton in order to avoid fire occurrences, especially in markets.
To go and reassess fire safety measures or fire safety measures that are in place, so that we assess and know the necessary thing we have to do to prevent fire outbreak.
The havoc of fire incidents every year, according to National Protection Agency boss, affects the economic strength of any society annually and renders some families homeless. He, however, stressed the need for adequate enlightenment on the causes and effective reactions in events of inferno.
Our own is to inform. If we know
if we get to know, and we can always get to know because all over the place we have our officers to work in the local governments, in the wards, and everywhere.
We also ask the fire service people to make sure that they're up to their toes and make sure that fire trucks are stationed in all the markets.
While ushering the dry season, the state fire officer has reminded members of the public of the need to be fire safety conscious. In Enugu, Kelechi Ochiara, NTA News.
And that's a contribution from Enugu Nationwide. Continues in Abuja after this commercial break.
A new edition of TV Guide is out, exclusively taking a look at the traditional television and new media. Are they comparable or complementary? Media industry players give perspective on the trends, progress, challenges, and the way forward. Find out on this compelling edition of TV Guide. Exploratory interviews with stars of the team within our space. Becky Madajemo of NTA, Utile Umore of AIT, Ifemi Oguntai of TVC, and a host of others. TV Guide, your indispensable companion. Also feature Yadina. A TV drama series on NTA. Let's get to meet the characters behind Iyamodina. This edition also presents exciting features on tourism, culture, entertainment, sports, health, and lots more. Grab a copy at vendors near you or any NTA station nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Nigeria is rich in culture, diversity, style, fashion, and delicacies. The authentic Nigerian food, fashion, and hair fair gives you the opportunity to showcase the best creativity in Nigerian food, fashion, styles in natural hair and braids. Don't miss this event. The two-day event is taking place at the prestigious Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time is 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily from 16th to 17th of December 2019. Register now at www.authenticninja.com.ng to book your participation as an exhibitor. For bookings and inquiries, please call 0701 312 2480 or 0812 415 4257 or 0708 006 3188 or 0812 36 12685. You can also send us an email at info@authenticniger.com.ng. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Niger Authentic. See you soon.
20 years of travel and counting. 20 years of promoting tourism in Africa and diaspora. Over 3 million kilometers traveled. Over 30 African countries visited. Explored the diaspora in 4 continents. Connected over 100,000 happy tourists to Africa. Reached over 50 million homes. Igniting smiles across Africa and beyond. As Kogi Africa turns 20, we thank you and invite you to join us in the quest for 20 must-visit destinations in partnerships with the largest TV network in Africa, the NTA. Ministry of Information and Culture, Ministry of Transportation, Studio 24, Delta Airline, or Brokers International. You too can still be a partner. Call the numbers on your screen or info@gogiafrica.tv. Kogi Africa, celebrating 2 decades of heritage, travel, and tourism.
My name's Mr. Muftau Abiodun Balogun. We started this business 4 years ago, and this is the production outlet where we do about 4,000 to 5,000 birds per day. With the closure of the border recently, we've been experiencing massive surge in demand. Our sales per day now is going to be between 15 to 20,000 birds. We needed to expand all avenues because of the multiplier effect it's creating. And the most interesting thing about this closure is that many of my farmers today are farmers we recruited recently, and they are young graduates. What the government is doing will lead us right. And I can tell you, if the government sustains this thing, sky will not even be our limit.
Concerned by a difficult life for women who have been abused are undergoing, the United Nations General Assembly declared November 25 as a day to look at issues relating to injustice on women for the world to rise up and address it frontally. Now, this event has brought another dimension in the fight against violence on women. The country director of IPAS, Hawa Evelyn Shero, earlier had a chat with my colleague, Myonre John, on the new dimension of the fight against elimination of violence against women.
In accordance with the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act that was passed in 2015, the Sexual Offenders Register has now been launched and is now a database where you find people who have been convicted of sexual violence. Their names are now going to be found in that Sexual Offenders Register. It's so important. I mean, it's the right step in the right direction that shows that we are not going to be tolerating violence against women, and for efforts are being made to ensure that, you know, women are sensitized, people are told what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, when their rights are being violated or when somebody has treated them in a very inappropriate manner, why they need to speak up, why they need to come out and report to the authorities.
The country director there of IPAS, Hawa Shekaru, speaking on elimination of violence against women. Let's move on. President Muhammadu Buhari sends warm greetings to former Minister of External Affairs, Professor Ibrahim Abola Gambari, on his 75th birthday, congratulating him for a life of exploit in diplomacy, academia and administration, both at the national and international levels. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, the President rejoices with the erudite scholar, diplomat for many years of service to the nation and stronger representation at various multilateral institutions. President Buhari salutes Professor Gambari for providing wise counsels to leaders at various levels of governance and administration, steadfast and sacrificing for humanity. While felicitating with family, friends and professional colleagues of the elder statesman on the milestone, President Buhari prays for longer life, good health and strength for Professor Gambari. And to security now, the Nigerian Army has killed up the ongoing exercise Crocodile Smile 4 in Takwaba in Lagos State. The first correspondent, Ismail Musa, accompanied the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, on operational tour of the deployment.
As part of the operational visit, the Chief of Army Staff went down Takwabe, a former Ford operation base, developed to a super camp to enhance rapid response to threats within the island. After inspecting platforms and deployment at the super camp for Takwabe General Area of Responsibility, the Army Chief charged troops to adhere strictly to the rules of engagement and be proactive in tackling threats.
We must continue to train to support the civil authority when the situation arises. If we train hard now, as when the time requires us to go for the real operation, it's going to be very easy.
Lieutenant General Tukuratai also appraised a medical outreach in Takwabe, a civil military relations component of exercise Crocodile Smile.
With the renewed zeal of our officers and men, not only in the northeast but across the country, and this exercise Crocodile Smile, as well as I am Apatuma, as well as Ajulogo Udo, they have been operated along this concept of the super camp. And we're happy that the results that are coming out are quite encouraging, and we'll continue to develop on this concept.
The duties of a defense correspondent could be exciting, adventurous, but risky. From Takwabe in Lagos State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Thanks, Ismail. Now from Lagos, let's head to Maiduguri to join Mohammed Ibrahim for more reports on the NY. Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, Ruth.
Ruth, thank you and welcome to Maiduguri. We begin with housing. Borno State government says it is set to construct additional staff quarters at the University of Maiduguri as part of an effort to support the federal government address housing deficit in the institution. Governor Babagana Umar announced this while inaugurating 20 units of two-bedroom houses constructed for the citadel of learning by the state government. Mohammed Goni reports.
Borno State government has been intervening in the University of Maiduguri through developmental projects such as housing and water supply, in addition to other support to the institution. The 20 units of two-bedroom semi-detached duplexes are fully electrified with solar aquifer borehole, overhead tank, as well as underground reservoir to ensure steady water supply. Governor Babagana Umar noted that the education sector is worst hit by the devastation caused by Boko Haram insurgency, stressed the need to not only fight a psychological war to de-radicalize the youth, but also work hard to reposition the sector. This, according to the governor, informed the decision to give a prime position to the education sector in the scheme of governance.
The state government will build another 50 one-bedroom quarters to the junior staff.
Corporation Babagana announced that the state government will construct additional block for engineering department consisting of workshops and laboratories to cost of about 300 million naira, which will be captured in 2020 budget. Vice Chancellor of the University of Maiduguri, Professor Aliu Shugaba, appreciated the Borno State government for its continued support to the institution, adding that the housing estate will go a long way in addressing the housing needs of the university. He equally appreciated the state government for drilling 2 additional boreholes and rehabilitating existing ones. The Vice Chancellor assured the state government of continued partnership through its relevant sectors in the quest to reposition the state. Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NCA.
Borno State Emergency Management Agency partners humanitarian organization African Mission Global to provide temporary shelter and social amenities at a self-set internally displaced persons camp in Maiduguri, the state capital. The camp, located at Shagari Coast area of the metropolis, will henceforth receive assistance given to all registered IDPs camps to reduce their hardship. George Jassini reports.
The donation of 50 units of temporary shelter to over 40 households is part of African Mission's global corporate social responsibility. Northeast Coordinator Pastor Session Akinawo noted that the assistance was born out of the organization's good intentions as well as concern for the plight of the internally displaced persons.
We also empower them so that they won't depend on donations and gifts.
While officially opening the camp built by AMG, SEMA Chairman Yabawa Kolo, represented by Deputy Director Operations Abdullah Suleiman, lauded African Missions Global for the intervention and assured that SEMA will ensure that the camp is fully registered and accorded all assistance given to every IDP's camp across the state.
The gaps that will exist or that may exist, SEMA will come in and make sure that the gap is properly taken care of.
Representative of the General Officer Commanding 7th Division Nigerian Army, Brigadier General P.O. Olodibia, and Justice Development and Peace Commission JDPC commended the foresight of African Missions Global, calling on all to emulate them. Director HIM Global Security, Ambassador Babatunde Satomi, described the interventions by African Missions Global as commendable and assured of adequate water supply, a befitting Christmas celebration, plus a generator to supply electricity power for the IDPs. Some of the beneficiaries thanked the donors for the assistance, assuring to keep the place in a good shape. In Maiduguri, Chorwajun Jesse, NTN.
With the month's peak season closing in and the need to reduce road crashes, this has stated Borno Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps to organize a workshop for stakeholders on traffic science and laws. The Zonal Commanding Officer RS-12 Headquarters Bauchi, Assistant Corps Marshal Imo Etuk, also inaugurated honorary and new special marshals to support service delivery by the Borno Sector Command. Naomi Abuku reports.
The workshop has as its theme FRSC Special Marshal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Over 200 special marshals were inaugurated by FRSC Borno State with a view to key into the road rules and regulations enforcement drive of the command, thus ensuring orderliness as well as reducing road accidents on the Nigerian highways. Zonal Commanding Officer RS-12 Headquarters Bauchi Imo Etok, Sector Commander FRSC Borno State El Farouk Bello, and State Coordinator Special Marshal Anjuma Waziri described the inauguration as a milestone in ensuring safety on the roads.
We intensify our education in the various parks to ensure that people do the needful.
Let them come and perform just like we have been doing.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umaru, represented by Commissioner for Transport Abubakar Tijani, noted efforts of the command in ensuring orderliness on the Nigerian roads. Representatives of the Sheikh of Borno Zanna Hassan Bogo and other stakeholders assured of the needed support at the various levels. A paper presented by Rahil Jibril of Mass Communication Department, University of Maiduguri, dealt extensively on the theme, pointing out lapses of the FRSC in the past, as well as how to address them for a better future. In Maiduguri, Naomi Abu, NTV News.
That will be all from Maiduguri. Ruth is back to you.
Thanks, Mohammed, and welcome back to Abuja. Now, it was a show of culture. In the past few days, the 12th International Art and Craft Expo, organized by the National Council for Art and Culture. Nations and states who participated are anticipating stronger bilateral ties with Nigeria. Though of different faces, backgrounds and religion, arts and culture has brought them all for the 12th International Arts and Craft Expo, organized by the National Council for Arts and Culture. For Nigeria, it was a big platform to network Nigerian crafts to the rest of the world and a yardstick to leave a legacy in promoting unity in diversity and harnessing the vast potential the nation has got to offer.
Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria has a rich culture and tradition that, if it's open, cannot be compared with any country in the world.
And culture brings peace. I pray that the peace we are all praying and yearning for, which we are enjoying now in Nigeria, will extend to all the other countries and the world at large.
For no nation can grow beyond and above their culture and tradition. For culture and tradition has something to do with destiny.
In preserving the nation's rich cultural heritage, the need to promote the creative industry to grow the economy was strongly emphasized.
We've been silent. We need to come out and tell the world that really we are ready to showcase our strength, not our weaknesses any longer. So today is a huge statement of what Nigeria has to offer.
All 30 countries and 8 states that participated at the expo were given certificates and awards.
Our relationship with Nigeria is a very deep relationship, and we are sharing the same culture actually.
After this, we are working to have different bilateral meetings with the National Council for Art and Craft, with the Ministry of Culture of Nigeria, to increase the bilateral cultural cooperation.
The commemoration of the International Cultural Diplomacy for Peace was a symbol of unity as participants look forward to ENAC 2020. And Sports Update is next.
Nigeria's Odion Igalo, Victor Osimhen and Wilfred Ndidi are